the shits. But hey, welcome to Let's Talk About It Shy. This is your boy, the Black Kelly Severino. LeVar Hamlin's in the building. We here at ME Marketplace at 7451 West Madison in Forest Park, man. We got some beautiful ladies in the crowd right now.
So
we got the 4 horsemen here. Yeah, that's very true.
Hey, when you say M.E., is that the same thing like H.E.R., like the single girl? Or do you just say her? Or do you just say H.E.R., like you just said M.E.?
That's a good question we need to ask the owner because
right.
the dots do make a difference.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
But the ring on the host for the show, man, is my counterparts, my brothers, the fellow 4 horsemen, man. We got to my left, now I'm going to start to my right. We got the janky one.
My twin. My twin.
You know, he on the hip hop world tour.
I'm really not.
He's got the copyright phrase. This West Side Story will be told.
Yes, it will.
You know it.
Corey C.L. Crockett's in the building.
My twin.
What up?
See, in it.
All right.
Waiting for this for a long time. Yeah, my lack on right there.
Now to my left, we got Mr. Big Ten.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Northwestern, Mr.
Bill.
Wildcat.
Yeah.
Delano's own to Tim Youngest in the building.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back
The
with my brother with
Langston.
the fellas. Oh, yeah. In my CL voice.
That's in your home.
So,
All I know you to do is jazz this, here, pump, fake, and one. Get to the last shoot free throw.
oh my. And last but not least,
Ooh.
we got this motherfucker.
Careful.
Oh, Lord.
He got the Bron jersey on.
Yeah.
That's what he
You
did
know,
last night, though.
He the
Yeah,
Tupac
that-
of the podcast.
Yeah.
Lucky himself,
We're going to pray for him.
Eric Ushan is in the building.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kinfolk.
All right, so real quick, we're going to get these out the way before we get into our topics, man. Like I said, we want to give a shout out to the owner, Shamika.
Shatima.
Shatima, man.
You about to get cut. You right.
Stumbling
You about to get
already.
cut.
I told you about the cut.
You about to get cut.
You see the M, see you got me with the ME in my head already, man. I'm already fucking up. You know what I'm saying?
You can't do no one night stands. It's okay.
He can't
Shamika's
call her
don't even know
Shamika.
you.
Shatima, I am sorry.
That's okay.
She's gonna come up here. She's gonna straighten out all these M and the E's and the dots in between. You know what I'm saying? As the show go on.
I'm going to pray for you.
But she's here at 7451 West Madison in Forest Park, Illinois.
Black on.
Yeah. Nice
Black-owned
establishment,
business.
too, by the way.
Ladies, this is a shop for you.
Y'all look too.
Okay? If you find any males in here, his name is Juicy. Okay?
But they got nice male hats and everything, like dress up stuff, like look, African and Butu stuff. Like it's a lot of heritage in here.
For gay men, that's
Oh
still
my
the
God. Oh, what is wrong with
He
you?
about to get us shut down already.
God. Hey, you know what?
I
No, you can't say this
Wait,
nowadays, brother.
Wrong bag.
Here it
Into
comes.
the show yet?
Here it
The
comes.
guy that come in here about the purses got in the wrong bed.
Second straight time.
Wow.
We just want you to come shop at Me Market.
Hey, it's a lot of nice stuff in here.
Yes.
A lot of diversity in here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You gonna love it.
Okay, so now we're gonna get off into the show right now.
Yeah.
All right, we want to thank the ladies. You know, we got Let's Communicate is the title of today's show.
Right.
Okay, and we have this age-old question: accountability versus submissiveness in a relationship. In other words, gender roles. Okay,
What's the gender?
that's a good
Okay,
question
my
because
fault.
you know.
Okay.
Oh my God! What is wrong with y'all today?
It's contagious.
Oh,
Yeah, you rubbing off on me.
Nah, we just
I
gonna
rebuke you,
no,
Satan.
we're gonna talk.
damn, that's mine eyes.
We're gonna talk this off the casa early, okay? We're just gonna do it like
I
that.
wasn't there.
Okay.
I was at Family Barbecue.
Smelling like smoke.
I smell it.
Okay.
So y'all definitely was
You
there.
definitely had a barbecue.
No, it's the same barbecue.
Shout out to Coffee Plural.
All right, so we got gender roles in a relationship. So regardless of your gender, the type of relationship you in, we want to understand or get better clarification. And I open up the floor for the ladies, whoever wants to up and ask questions. I have a universal mic here.
Definitely need y'all input.
I want the old school to go first. That's the submissive part.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause I bet she know.
Right here.
Oh,
I bet she know.
Keep one on there, yeah.
She definitely know all about that.
She gonna put us in our
That's
place.
that old
He
school
say something-
loving.
He say something sideways, you gonna correct him.
Yeah.
Stop.
You gotta let him
If she
know.
ain't said nothing about me saying
She let you talk. That's what old school people
the
do.
G-A-Y word.
I mean, you
She's
might
not
as well
gonna
say
jump
it.
one
You can
yet.
already
Let her
said
go
it.
ahead and break it
Okay,
down.
so accountability. I want to get you guys input. Let's go. We're gonna go with the panel first, and then we're gonna rush out to the crowd. Okay.
I'll let
You
Ooch
know.
start first.
So let's shake it up.
All right.
Ooch.
Well, I could say this, man. Nowadays, a lot of females tend to like play the male role.
Why?
You know, they got these dominant personalities nowadays. You know, you can't tell them to sit down and, you know, be quiet no more.
You
can't.
Anime?
Remember back in the day, you could be like, man, sit your ass down somewhere.
Taste the cake, anime.
You can't say that no more.
Shatima just readjusted her
Man,
shot.
I'm
No,
I'm
seriously.
gonna get cut.
A
might
few
be
years
first
back,
casualty.
you could, like, a woman get out of pocket, you could just say them words like, man, sit your ass down somewhere. And they're kind of fall in line. You can't do that no more. Like, they be saying it to us now.
I got my own car, I pay my own bill.
Right.
So,
Yo, fuck you, nigga.
Yeah.
And you know, when a woman cuss you out, they hit a little different. They go under the belt with it. You know what I'm saying? Woo, y'all cut deep with the
Next
insult.
time you about to kill yourself, don't call me.
That's why I ain't even argue with no woman because y'all gonna win.
Break us down when we gonna roll. You back, it's on you back.
It's on me.
That's all you like?
All right, well, you know, when I think of accountability in today's perspective of dating, the first thing I like to go to is just the mentality of, you know, are we doing this as a team or are we doing this to be in competition with each other? Because if we're doing this to be in competition with each other, the relationship is dead before you even get started. But if we're doing this to work together, to build everybody know their role, you know, if I'm better in a certain aspect of the relationship than you know what I mean? I expect, you know, to highlight your strengths, just like the things that I'm weak at in a relationship. You know, I'm expecting you to do your part and carry that. If I parallel that to sports, if I'm somebody who can get to the basket and score, and Ooch can shoot, all right, I'm driving. If I drive to Ooch side and they don't help out Ooch, yeah, no, you know, because I like to make it simple to make people understand the point I'm coming from. You know, if they double off me and Ooch wide open, I kick it to him, I know he can shoot. So like if you in a relationship and just say you got a work ethic and your partner is really good with managing things and doing business, okay, that's what you're good at. So I'm expecting you to be good in that role, a part of the team that we are. You know, versus like in a lot of relationships today is, well, I got this, what do you got? I got this. Now you guys are going back and forth.
Like it's a competition.
It's a competition. If in a relationship you have competitiveness inside a relationship, it's gonna be over before it starts.
Well, tell us about Monica Lewinsky, man.
I did not touch that woman.
Oh, well, I can tell you about my. You asked the
Wow, bro.
Bob?
question. I'm gonna let
It's
go.
you.
We go.
It's showing my house today.
Hey, Von's on the
Bob in this bag.
Old school, I have nothing to do with what he just did and said. I respect my elders. Y'all are black queens. Me, Market. M.E. Market. That's what we hear.
All right, damn it,
All right.
Corey, wait a minute.
All right.
She old school.
Okay,
We gonna tell the truth.
let me get to it.
If she got kids,
Sometimes you get
oh,
lonely.
respect her.
Oh.
All right.
Right.
Wait a minute. This is the part of the show where you can go left or right, because when you say submissive, it depends on, I think it's a level to it, you know, because you got some men that's very successful that use their success to look down on women as well, you know, but you got some women that made it and they've been put in position because government, we ain't gonna talk about that, but rightfully so. because
Propaganda.
Y'all always been the backbone of us men. I mean, a lot of stuff you guys have been through is because of us, but y'all always kept it together. Y'all kept families together, things like that. So when you say submissive, you got women that hold down the household because they put in a position to do it. But also, you still have a man that do their part, and a woman let him do his part. But if he's not doing his part, she has no choice but to step up. So same time, you gotta depend on. It also depends on how you traveling. Like you got people that's real busy. They barely see each other, but you know they trying to make it work. You know, so it depends on the level of that two individuals. You know, so everything ain't back like 1950s when you go get a job at 4, she can stay at home and make sure the family
like sit
is
your ass
done.
down.
But you know, at the same time, she was actually the one paying the bills too, even though you make the money. Right?
So, CL, what I'm hearing you say is that's like a lot like teamwork, right? Somebody step up if somebody can't do something. Like if you foul out, somebody come in and okay. I just want to make sure.
Again, you got a lot of women that's CEOs of companies too.
Right.
You know, when once before they weren't even allowed to vote. So I mean, it's deeper than what we talk about. We can say, I'll just say, certain women make great women look bad, if that makes sense to you, ladies. You know,
but how would you
know
how would you parallel that into a relationship aspect? You know, versus okay, even if you're talking about the success and the progressiveness that we've come into the society in which women are like shining and doing phenomenal things. How does that parallel into a relationship?
Find one that's fit for you. You know, I mean, just because this person may look good on your shoulders, she might not be look good for you, vice versa. You know, so I ain't found that one yet, but I've been damn sure trying. I've put a lot of attempts. So I've been definitely shooting in the gym. Definitely shooting in the gym.
If I had one wish.
Those people.
Was singing in the rain.
Never been shooting, but you know, I ain't gonna put myself.
All right,
So
Bob.
the infinite only when an eye can get you right back with.
All right. This is definitely the part of the show where it's about to go left.
Oh gosh.
Put it back.
The comments by LeVar Hamilton.
Nothing to do. So let's talk about a shot.
All right, y'all see.
Man, talk your stand. Come on
This
with
is
it,
the part
man.
where they're gonna jump on board.
Let it out, bro.
Fellas,
Indie market.
what we have to understand is we set the tone in a relationship.
Not all the time.
Oh, really?
See,
Absolutely.
I know it's coming. I'm sorry.
Because let me tell you this.
I'm gonna sit back on this. Whole
Yeah, I said this.
Talking, man. I agree with
we
him.
set,
Talking,
we
bro.
set the tone in a relationship.
What,
You-
years
He
ago
said it.
Universally. I'm speaking on all ends.
Okay, fuck.
When you come unapologetically being yourself and honest, can't nobody beat you up and kick you in the head or nothing about you having a different view. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to get that woman, when you honest, you upfront about your situation, and you're consistent with your morals, she's going to respect you and follow in suit along with your morals.
Nah, she for the streets.
You know what?
I mean,
How many times? Hold
She got one common goal.
on, hold on.
That's money.
I've known a lot of thoughts that have been getting married lately.
They all are.
She doing something that's getting her married.
I don't do that no more.
Prime example.
You got
They still got invoices out from the wedding. That's all I'm gonna say.
You is not gonna do that.
Wait.
Okay,
Okay, that went over my head.
Yeah, I know exactly. You slick.
I don't know what we're talking
It had
about now.
nothing to do with that talk
No,
about.
I'm saying
And it was a joke, by the way.
it kind of was a joke in the series, but I'm saying because I know both parties, I know what they did solo, and now they married, and they seem happy, and they for each other.
I want to know who you're talking about.
We will talk about that on camera.
I'm lost.
Hold on, the fact that Corey know what I'm talking about, it carries a lot of weight right
Yeah,
now.
I'm gonna go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
it made like national news. Somebody didn't show up to their wedding.
We
They
had
sent out
million
invoices.
marketplace
I
on
was
this side.
Family barbecue.
at the same barbecue. That's why I ain't go to the wedding.
You was not
I know who
invited.
they talking about.
This guy is ridiculous.
I don't know. My actual cousin in Atlanta, he invited me.
Mark. Right, man.
No, but seriously, no, we set the tone. And the thing is, a woman will naturally submit to the right man. So if you're serious about that woman and you do what you're supposed to do, she's going to submit. She not only will she be there for you, but she will submit.
I'm gonna let Eric go on this one.
But it goes hand in hand with you got to be accountable with who you are for the jump.
Ooh, go ahead.
Hey,
I mean,
He's
he
saying
make
that.
a valid point
I'm
here and
not
there-ish, you know. But
Patron today.
you know, nowadays, man, it's kind of hard to come across a submissive woman. They be in control of shit nowadays. That's just
Well,
my opinion.
let me double back on that for a second. I'm sorry about that. Let me double back on that for a second. Now, that's always going to be subjective from woman to woman because you can have a woman that has 3-4 kids and the daddy's nowhere around, so she gotta take up that mantle. And for women like that, they don't know how to submit or be receptive to other input from another individual, especially a partner, because she's not accustomed to that.
The trauma.
That's why I said the man sets the tone.
Okay, yeah, you got a point.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you in the corporate world, okay, like one of the worst type of women to me is a woman that really claims I'm an independent woman. Like, we gonna keep it 100. We all are codependent to a degree.
Everybody need help. I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
Everybody need
because you're not gonna really find out who you. We put it like this. I'm not gonna say you. I'm gonna say we. A man is not gonna find out what he's fully capable of in a relationship without a woman, and vice versa.
A man really only half of himself until he find a woman.
Exactly.
Even if he's super elite, if he's doing that without a partner, I mean that's why Eve had to come, because Adam was like, man, I got all this.
Yeah, but
blood.
you saw what the end result was.
You know what? Now that's a whole conversation.
Just saying.
Hold on.
Hey,
I know.
say that's a conversation for another
Fucked
day.
up everything, man.
I know that. I know that story. This conversation can go left, but we gonna keep it right here.
That story didn't have a happy
Hold on.
ending, baby.
So right now,
Yeah, one Michigan.
yeah, we're gonna go to the audience on this one because I
Let's
said,
go to the old school first.
yeah, let's go.
Hey, I've been waiting for her intro.
I'm calling her the beauty queen.
Yeah, we're gonna call her Queen.
Audrey,
We're gonna go to
brother.
Audrey.
Queen
first.
Audrey.
We're gonna go to Audrey.
Okay.
You have any questions in regards to this
Well,
topic?
responses, rebuttals.
Well, I don't have any questions, but I was just wondering about the submissiveness.
See?
That's the key question.
Told you.
Because when you were saying, I don't have any kids, but although I'm single, when you said single, female with the kids, she somewhat has to do this in order to, I guess, receive the help that she's looking for. But she doesn't really have to be submissive to do that.
It's not so much as help.
I don't think you listen to LeBron.
No, I hear what you're saying. I'm saying I bring up that type of female because of a mentality. Now, every female, just like every male, have different situations.
Sure. Right.
Okay, your environment has an impact on who you are and how you approach life on a day-to-day basis. Okay, now because the future is unwritten, it's subject to change. Like you had kids, I got a daughter. I don't have the same mindset.
As a guy that doesn't have any kids.
Exactly.
True.
We have two different mindsets.
True.
So right there, that already makes us different.
So that, don't they go to the level? What I just spoke on her?
It goes to levels, but it goes. It really does.
Well, and then you went
Old school
back
talk
to
now. I might say
real
that.
old school when you said that the man was working and the woman stayed at home, but yet she somewhat really ran everything because she took control of the money. If he turned it over to her, I'm a prime example of that. Back when I was growing up, my grandfather worked really hard. My grandmother stayed at home. He gave her the money to take care of kids and stuff like that. Their house was paid off before he even knew it because she knew how to pull money away and still keep the house going.
And Granddaddy did
Okay.
too. Sometimes
I think you may not want to.
Oh, Granddaddy was out there drinking and
he was out there drinking, and
around.
sometimes he had a whole other family.
Other
across
family
town.
on the
I'm
side.
saying, he knew how to save
The
points.
foundation.
I see what she's saying.
No, and what you say is true. Some of them did do that, okay? So, that woman that was at home, his wife, wasn't the submissive one. If he had a woman on the side, she was the submissive one.
ooh, talk that shit.
Okay? Because she had to submit. Because in order to have him, she had to do what he told her to do. Because she knew he was going to go back home.
Damn.
All right.
She
Right,
just,
that's what I'm saying.
she just
Hold
killed
on.
it.
I have a great rebuttal for that.
She just killed it.
Oh, shit, hold on. I have a great rebuttal for that.
That's my spot.
Hold on.
killed that.
Couldn't a woman at home also been submissive enough to weigh the options and take the lesser of two evils? I know he out here fucking off and he got a whole nother family.
Oh,
but
that's true, too.
I got my home. I got a roof over my head. I'm taken care of. He can go and do what the hell he want to do. Could she also be submissive in the same manner as the side chick?
Well, it's a matter of, how we're using the word submissive. I mean, that's the key, the word itself. Because she isn't so much being submissive. She's just made a decision that she's just going to roll with it. That's all.
Okay, so
Okay.
I asked you this. I'm sorry to cut you off.
That's okay.
So I always come back down to simple things. So you said something that just popped into my head when you say it all comes down to the word submissive. So I'm going to ask you your definition of submissive. Because it's a lot of people in here.
Just broke that
No, we don't. No. We can talk about submissive in a relationship. People actually are submissive if they have jobs and they work for somebody. You're submissive to a certain degree. We all are like that. That's just the fact of life.
Priority, though, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, but you're submissive to a certain extent.
Well,
I'm saying your definition
Hell no.
of submissive.
That's all
Yeah,
about today.
yes or no? Because see, in a job, you sort of obligated to do some things
Yeah,
if you want
that's
to
an
continue to work
obligation.
there
Yeah.
and make that
And
money.
yeah.
So you're not really submitting to anything. You are just doing what you have to do in order to get along and make that money.
Responsibility.
See, to me, when you're being submissive,
Okay.
you are willing to take and do whatever anybody wants you to do.
That sounds like a pimp.
Okay?
It does.
That's a pimpette.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, it's like I'm going to submit to do whatever he says do, however he says do it, period.
Okay.
That's being submissive as compared to be willing, I said.
All right.
Willing to do some things and unwilling to do others.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think
No, I see what she's going with this. No, I
cutting you up right
No,
there.
I see where she's going.
He gonna keep going though.
No, I asked that question.
You kind of lost this one. OG this
I probably did, but see, I asked her that question because the way I define submissiveness is, okay, I give up trying to do things my way and rolling with your way because it's what's best.
Are you talking about like in 2022?
I'm talking about overall. But you said 2022, but I'm saying, all right, submissive is submissive, okay, at the end of the day.
From
But-
what era to era?
But see, me and her have two different viewpoints of what
But the other
submissiveness
thing,
is.
it goes back even with the scenario that you gave. It's a matter of that word submissiveness. That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think some people get it twisted. Whereas, like you said, you have a couple that agree to do things a certain way, or she decides she wants to do things the way he has suggested.
And vice versa.
Right, or vice versa. But they're not being submissive at that point. They have just agreed in order to make a good, healthy relationship that we're going to do it this way because they might think it works. Okay? So that's not being submissive. That's just being agreeable.
Talk to an old school. You
Hold
don't
on,
understand.
that's a difference.
Right for
Hold on.
you.
Not everybody has that sense of agree or compromise.
Right.
Because sometimes you get two stubborn people together, it's like this.
Then guess what?
And you know, and
they
it don't
don't
work.
need to be together.
And I agree with you. I agree with you.
The same thing I said in the beginning.
But all I'm saying is,
That's competition.
in order for it to work, somebody has to loosen up on this.
Nah,
Yeah,
But two competitive people is not gonna work.
Hold on, I'm
just
just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We gonna
To make any relationship work,
She won.
It's a good, healthy
won.
debate.
It's a
I'm
debate.
not saying that.
Oh, you had it, man. You had it made up. She was gonna win this
I'm not
debate.
saying,
That's why you janky.
Guess what he gonna do now? Now, LeBron is not better than Michael Jordan. We not gonna go there. I see what you're doing.
I wasn't going there at all.
You
But
No, but like I said, the bottom line is how the word is used and defined.
yeah.
That's the key.
And that's what we were just discussing right now.
A lot of times, even in relationships, one or the other person will use a particular word to
And
describe
two different
something that's
things.
going
Yeah.
on with
Yeah.
them. And I mean, a whole different thing can
Well,
jump
that's
off
yeah.
because of the word that was used and what that person thinks that word means.
And that's why.
Let's communicate. That's the topic of the show.
Hold on, that's why I double back and ask you.
Okay.
That's why I double back and ask you what your definition of submissiveness was. And we have two different viewpoints to that, and there's nothing wrong. It's just it's a communication. See, people don't realize we're communicating, we're understanding because
Communication is the foundation
Exactly.
of anything.
Let's communicate is the topic of the show.
Yeah, let's move on to the audience. 'Cause
yes,
the
now
vibe,
that's one.
the vibe is definitely
Now-
down 1-0-1.
Okay,
But
According to you.
like,
Okay.
and still, I look at submissiveness different from like just that view overall. To be honest, I just think submissiveness is. I guess it was like towards the end of Audrey's statement where it just you are willing to do what you're good at to make the relationship work, to make it a healthy environment. And anything outside of that, with two people, like you said, Val, like repelling, that is competitiveness. Competitive people won't work. You can respect somebody you're in competition with, but you can't love somebody you trying to beat.
I'm just saying.
I can respect you if I know I got to lift weights to beat you when I play you in the season.
Right.
But I ain't gonna love you. You ain't my teammate.
Right.
I'm trying to beat you.
And the point I was trying to make was somebody has to come down. Somebody has to come down. Either it's the man or the woman. Somebody has to.
That's not gonna work.
Right. No,
That relationship is not gonna work at all.
Somebody has to. I'm saying, for it to work, somebody, whether it's the man or the woman, has to submit just a little bit.
Yeah, I just don't see that.
And for most of us,
Let's flip it real quick. Because this is where it's going to go left. What if
marketplace?
what if- women did a third of what we've done to them? Have kids by someone else, this, that, and the third. You thinking they're your kid, they not. You know,
Man, we see that every day, bro.
Yeah.
But you know what? How do we receive it? Even though I ain't got no kids, I ain't speaking on it, but I also dated women that had kids.
Mhm.
And I played a role in their life. Still to this day, if they tell you I needed them, they come through.
You just
They
take it.
grown now, so
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying in general.
you lost.
Just imagine how the world would look if they did a third of what we did, like a pinch. We'd be destroyed.
They do
They
it.
do
What
it.
you
Yeah,
talking
they
about,
do it,
man?
They do it to a.
I'm trying to see that.
Women
Exactly.
do things way different than us.
Yeah, but they still
Yeah.
do it. They just do it better than us.
It's different, but
You
you
just
say
proved my point, right?
You said no. Your question was.
You said, what if
women
they did
the
it? They
same
do
thing
it.
to us?
But guess
They
what?
do it. They just do it better than we do it.
They can go to the kid gone and died or dated passed away. You wouldn't even know that wasn't your fault.
But it still happened though. So that it still
Right.
right.
But it still happened, though,
It
bro.
still happened.
They know how to do things better than us. That's
What?
why.
No, I agree with that. Like women smarter than me, and I agree with that.
They are.
Like off
They
that.
are. We the breadwinners. Nowadays, I don't know what it is. And they take over.
Oh,
They take
I would
over.
like to know what you define it
I'm
is.
just saying.
It's good. It's
The
career
way
women.
life is set up now.
Modern
Let's
day.
just be real, especially for African Americans. And I hate to bring up the government, but look how they deal with the Section 8, this, that, and the third. Kick the man out the house. Just lock us up for some of the dumbest crimes. Even if you did do the crime, you got a long extension. That left women alone with kids by themselves to raise them. And if you have a male that stepped in and like to help raise them kids, it's still not the same as having the effect of when that male who's the father is supposed to be there to do that. But I mean, take a village as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
my point is,
that's the systemic racism.
Right,
The
I
systems
mean-
in place by this country,
and that's basically
which
what
is
I'm getting at.
propaganda against the black community to tell us up.
Latinos, you know.
Yeah,
things like that.
and like Latino communities as well.
So-
I mean, I just think that's a bigger part of it. Started from the 80s and it still affects us now. Shout out to Ronald Reagan for messing us up. It's goofy,
Oh, you going deep?
Man, but you know, I mean, that's the plan because in her era, they really didn't have a problem. You had a lot of black-owned businesses.
Like Mean Marketplace.
Okay, so hold on.
You had a lot of black men
Or
that worked
ME.
and it still built on the railroads, and they was able to send their kids to school through their pay, through the money that they made.
So Corey,
So you had two family households. Now it's been all separated. Shout out to the crack era. Y'all messed us up.
but you, so hold on.
But
Hold on.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm sorry.
You're-
I
That's a
ain't
com-
I ain't gonna go
conversation
that
for
deep.
another
But
day.
Corey, you're actually bringing up submissiveness, but then you in one area, but you're not holding another group of people accountable in the process.
But look how effective it was.
Okay, so
Look how damaging it was.
all right, but hold on. We got a whole bunch of
They
deadbeat.
go through the same
We
thing.
got
y'all go
deadbeat
through.
pops out here.
They don't go through the same thing y'all go through. The Target is bigger on their back than there's other companies.
But I'm saying you have
You know what I mean? I don't want to go there, but he ain't getting. It's a bigger picture.
No, you have dead.
Everything that happened from that top down, it affected us. And
But
we
you
always
have-
said
you
we
have-
consider the bottom feeder.
You have deadbeats out here that
That's
don't
true.
take care of their kids
That's very
because
true.
they get to with their baby
Are you
mamas
talking
and
about
shit.
men and women or just
Both.
women? Okay.
I'm an equal opportunist.
You know you're not.
Yes, I am. But anyway,
But But
Yeah,
then
I really am.
I,
But anyway, I'm
we
saying,
don't want to go too
you
deep
get.
into
No,
that.
I'm saying. No, I'm
But
saying.
it's like the why.
No, he brought up the submissiveness.
No, I'm
but
talking
then-
about what you just said about the deadbeats. Why? What is going on in that person's life
But then you're
for
not.
them to be there?
But you're exonerating them from any kind of accountability.
No, you're not exonerating them, but you got to also recognize the structures that's in place. If I went to jail for a crime, like you said, the crime, like CL said, the crime is simple.
Okay.
I get a record. Okay, I get out. I'm looking for a job. When I fill out the paperwork, they're gonna say, "Do you have a felony record? Yes or no?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, "Yes, I do."
Okay.
And then what's gonna happen?
They removed that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so that next, right? So now I can't provide for my family. I don't have those resources and
Do
everything.
you know
like that.
anybody? Oh, because you know, if you know the right people, you can get in some, certain.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Regardless
don't.
of-
They don't have that
Bring that
networking.
Dialogue.
They don't have that network and everything. So it's always a why behind this stuff.
Yeah. So and that's but here's the thing. Now I'm gonna transfer it to parenthood. Do you think because my baby mama moved on,
Right.
that's gonna exonerate me from being a parent to my
I
daughter?
wish my daddy was here to answer that question.
That's
I wish you would
that's
have
the
read that
accountability
question,
part. I'm trying to set forth too. Like,
Yeah.
and the topic is accountability versus submissiveness.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
But you still
you have to embrace one.
Right.
You have to actually embrace both of them
Yeah.
to have equal harmony. You know?
Then you gotta tie mental health into that went on in our community for
Wonder why we
decades
got
and decades that people didn't really pay attention to.
All right, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, y'all
we
kind of
going
changing this
deep.
from
Yeah.
relationships. Hold up, yeah, y'all changing it from relationships
We
to
got
now
other
it's
people.
starting
We
to
got
go
other
to
people
like
that count.
the government. So I'm
We
kind
got
of,
other people. We got other
Part
people.
of it.
I'm just trying to see what we talking about because I'm confused.
Yeah, my fault.
We talking about. I told us that we're going back to accountability.
So we started about relationship, then we started talking
Nah,
about Reagan.
That's
And,
because CL started
Crack
using big
epidemics
words and
and
everything like that.
What are we
CL
talking about,
CL got
man?
to talk about indubitably, so I want to show my
yeah, y'all
my
took it
story
somewhere
too.
else, man.
Now, they went up this
Somewhere
time. I
else.
did.
CL,
Okay.
CL was
That's
like,
why I was quiet. I
the
was like, I
light
don't even
of
know
the
what they talking
sun
about.
touches
It's
the
not
pavement.
Hold on. Women like this is what I've been raised around. You as well.
Yeah.
You should know.
Oh,
Can't
that's
never
a fact.
diss them.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause a lot of
Oh,
stuff
we
they
not-
have to
what
take
you
sacrifice.
talking about, man?
I'm just saying. We was raised around
He
strong
just,
black
see,
women, bro.
she touched a soft spot in CL, so CL.
I don't know what CL talking about. I'm lost.
All right, well, we on
Hold
the
on.
top five.
I'm not yet because we got other people that had questions.
Oh,
It's a certain person in the room that said she wanted all the smoke.
Okay. Woo!
Whoa.
And she came with
Yeah,
her hat and everything, boy. She got the Zorro on.
Hey, I didn't think she was coming and she came. Like,
She came.
she pulled right on up.
Look at the leggings and
She
the
came looking like
coat.
Bernadine from Wait to Exhale, ready to
She
burn
got the
down some
lipstick
shit.
on.
Hey, and sat in the front. She walked up like,
She ain't the front though.
Man, she got the lipstick
I can't
on,
wait to hear this.
coordinating, bring out
I'm
the
just saying,
the
any
head
more
curl.
questions?
I like stuff like that.
I see you.
Old school don't got it like that now. They grandfathered in.
Oh, watch your mouth.
I'm sorry. I just-
see, he trying to pay homage and low key he throwing
Nah,
shots.
Nah, that's not his
You
right.
like that. All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You too.
Thank you.
She don't like you.
Oh, so you just like them two, huh? You know what? I see what's going on here. I'm about to.
I am not leaving
Oh,
anybody
okay,
out.
right.
I think you all have good opinions, good thoughts, and put out some real good questions that's good for discussion.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
She was the lady I hugged in grammar school when I did good.
You better get home now, man.
Oh! Miss Trinidad.
She out here like stepping off. Okay.
Hold on, let's get back to it.
Hey, yeah, I use it.
All right,
on
that's
them.
gonna be that's
This
a,
ain't like
that
me.
part of the show is gonna be on.
Go this quick.
That part of the show is gonna be on. Let's talk about the shy after dark. But anyway,
This ain't
now
like me.
y'all good on the questions?
You got a puddle there.
You ain't got no questions.
I never have no questions. I'm gonna tell what you had to say, and so I'm just listening.
You got an opinion?
I have so many. Of them.
You should.
Oh,
you should voice
listen,
your
yeah.
But I
opinion.
feel like y'all change subjects so many times. It's gonna take me so long to get back to
All
it.
you have to
Catch
pick
up.
one.
You know, like I
So it wasn't just me, right?
No, it
Okay,
went
I thought it was just me because it just went
Yeah,
boom, boom,
yeah,
boom,
CL.
boom.
CL.
That's why I kind of got quiet. I was like, I don't even know
CL
what
took
they
us to
talking about
college.
no more.
CL took us
Gotta
to
know where it
University of
starts and know where
Scholars.
it ends.
Right.
Come on, LeVar, give me your top five,
I'm
baby.
trying to go back.
No, you your comments.
She
clear?
said she gonna wait. She said she gonna wait to see.
All right, so I got
LeVar's
top.
top five.
All right, top
She
five.
gonna definitely have a question after this top five. I'll tell you that.
LeVar's top five.
He definitely good.
Oh Lord.
Top 5 reasons or things ladies can do that go from single So in a relationship. I got 5 good ones. I'm trying to see which one is gonna be number 5.
We about to see.
Right now.
Come on with it, bro.
You prepared that already?
I got it already. I got it taken care of.
All right.
Number 1.
We'll start from number 5 and work your way to 1. Let's say number 5 and then give us a special.
Okay, you know what? Damn, you make it harder that way.
Okay, well, just put 5
I can't put it in no order. I can't put it in no
All right,
order.
my bad. My fault.
All right, but if I had to, I got it written down here. So it's like, the first thing I'm going to say is, resolve your damn issues. Everybody brings old baggage with the old dude. You don't know what I've been through into the relationship. And then you take it out on the next man. Resolve your own issue.
He got a point with that one, y'all. I'm sorry, ladies. He definitely got a point with that.
You gotta look, I would say, you know,
Tyrone be holding a whole lot of weight.
You really do. The foundation of any relationship, in my opinion, is always communication, accountability, and self-love. For you to love yourself, you got to embrace your issues and take that head on. Because it's not fair to that man for you to drop your bag of issues and let him sort that shit out.
Talk that shit, bro.
What's number 2?
They kind of quiet in here.
You gotta go through the
I'm
5.
in trouble.
We try to wait for the whole 5. We want to hit the whole 5 before,
right.
and they gonna have something for you. Trust me.
I am just a participant right now.
You scared.
Damn!
He is. He been doing this all night, tucking his tail.
The whole night.
You gotta be friends first. Oh, I like the way.
He don't even want to be on camera. That boy.
Right.
Smart.
Don't be scared.
Number 2.
It's about being smart.
Number 2. I think I hit the ladies with a soul snatcher on one side. I got to take the other side.
Take it on out.
Okay.
Take it on out.
Get out your own damn head for once. Because y'all sit here and say all the qualities you want in a dude, but then he got to be your type, and he got to have this swag, he got to have this, he got to reach this measure. Sometimes it's the dude that don't have all that is meant for you, and that'll be right for you, but you won't give him a time of the day because of the presentation. You got to get outside your own head. Try some new shit.
So we're trying to build your man.
Build him.
Exactly.
Wait, say it one more time.
That's not what I got out of it.
We're trying to build your man.
It's kind of like crab legs. You know how you struggle to crack it, then when you get it open, all that good meat in the inside.
No,
Kinda
he
like
said
that.
give a guy a chance that you don't want. You're not attracted to. All of us would have a man if that we did that.
I mean, you can't have it all.
Yeah.
No.
Can you make me a man, Miss
You can't
Ma'am?
have it
Hold
all.
on. Ladies,
Can you make me a man,
ladies,
Miss
I'm
Ma'am?
gonna ask you guys this question to bag up this theory on my number 2.
We on number 2, right? All right.
You know all the guys that you dated, right?
Oh.
Do they all have something in common?
Ooh.
Not physically, not appearance wise, no. Not appearance wise, no. He's doing, I think he's saying us. They got something in common, us.
No, I'm saying do all the guys that you ever dated
I
have
think
something?
Similarity. I know what you're
They
saying.
have something like swag or
Do you have a
money. It's
basically
something.
what he's saying?
No.
It can even be the bad boy element.
I don't have
Girl, I like him. He's such a thug, girl.
He's like 40.
Girl,
Just
I
saying.
like him, girl.
Now, yeah,
He's ooh, he just told me. He told me to move out the way and
why'd you
shut
grit
up.
it?
No, okay, can I say something? Okay.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
Hey.
The boss.
The
The boss
first
told
thing
me.
a guy says that if a woman is not attracted to you is that, oh, you like thugs. That has happened to me. No, I don't like thugs. What I look like liking a thug. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm not attracted to you doesn't mean that I like thugs. Like, we 35 and 40
But
and
that
50
can be
years
very
old.
intelligent too.
So, but my thing is
Like
that
what?
why is it that a woman can't have standards in what she likes in terms of whatever, you know, you physical attractive or whatever you want to do, but men can't. Like,
All right, I have a great rebuttal.
yeah.
So, what you have in your
Boss.
standards, okay? And I'm gonna phrase my question.
No, you could be
The
real
right
here
way.
because I ain't sensitive.
Okay.
The
Hey.
boss. Huh.
Are you dating? I'm assuming you got somebody already, right?
Mind your business, basically what she's saying. Man.
No, she said ask anything.
She say not in real life. She say not in real life. Hey.
She said it.
Hey, buddy at home.
Hey,
Buddy at home watching like this.
wait a minute. Hey, you see? Hey, you read my shirt. Ain't no damn puppy.
Buddy at home watching like this. I want to see how she going.
No. I'm serious. No, I'm saying. I'm trying to
And you
say.
put the camera on you.
No, I'm trying to say. you got your standards, and if you ain't got nobody, think about the standards you held to the other dudes too, and look at the outcome. So sometimes changing up those standards and being a little bit more open-minded in terms of courtship and potential suitors, you'll mess around and meet the person that you're with. And sometimes it's the person that you will least expect.
True.
Old school will tell you over here,
Okay.
she probably didn't expect to be with her dude at one point in time, but like she don't know where it came from, but that was one of the best relationships she was in if they not still together.
Yeah, but I got to be attracted to you though. That's what you're not understanding. Like,
That's the mental
So
part.
right? I have to be attracted to
Can
you.
I say this?
Yes.
And I'm just throwing a question out there. I'm just
So
asking.
now we asking questions?
So if the person isn't what she's attracted to,
Right.
doesn't check off what's on her list, is that settling? Should she settle?
No, I don't think she should.
Nah,
All
no.
right, I got a
No,
question.
sir.
Hold on, I got a perfect answer for that.
This is before or after sex.
Huh?
Is it before or after sex? Because that changed a lot. That changed the whole
Yeah,
thing.
that all that
No,
changed.
Let me tell you something. Here's the thing. No. Listen to this. But a real woman.
She's real.
And I'm just saying, if you're looking for a relationship, seriously looking for a relationship, it's not even going to get to sex.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
we're not attracted to each
All right, so hold on. Let me
Right.
answer the question real quick.
We're not attracted.
So you said you got to be physically attracted to him, right?
Yes.
But he doesn't mean anything else.
No.
Are you
No. That's not what I'm saying.
No, I'm asking
No,
all ladies. You
that's
said you
not-
got to be
no.
physically attracted to him, and he's got to have the attributes, right?
Right.
So what if you got another guy?
True love is blind. I agree.
So what if you got a guy who checks all the boxes, but he's not as attractive as you like?
Not as attractive as you like. It's not a. It's.
You got like something about him, basically. What you're saying.
My thing is, this is how I feel. I think men try to make it seem like that women don't want to be attracted to somebody, but you guys get to be attracted to whoever y'all want to be attracted to, right?
We different.
No,
We like titties.
No,
We like
right,
ass.
but that's what I'm saying. But they want
In abundance.
The whole thing is, oh, you don't have no man because you picky. No, dude, I'm not attracted to you, and I'm not saying it in a mean way. Just like some men are not attracted to my Erykah Baduism. That's fine, right? So, but you can't tell me, oh, just go ahead and just be with this guy because this is a man when I'm not attracted to him. I don't use men.
This is nice window seat.
I don't use men. I'm not being intimate with nobody I'm not attracted to. Nobody I don't want. I'm not going on no date with nobody I don't want. I don't need that. I don't use men. I don't need your $40, right?
Wow, you take L
How about 50?
She said she don't need the 40.
No, so hold on.
She got you.
I'm all. No.
Wow, you
two right now.
I'm running that.
Go on to number three. Go on to number three,
Hold
man.
on. To answer your question,
You lost this one.
no. To answer your question, in anything relationship, you got 100% of your list. The best case scenario is you're gonna get 80% of that. So you're gonna have to
Oh, the 80-20
compromise.
rule.
You're gonna have to compromise something
Order.
on that list.
I'm
And
not
understand what you can live without.
Yeah, I can't. If I'm not saying
No, I'm
I'm
saying
attracted
that's
to you, I'm not going for it.
I'm saying that's
Right.
for like you and every other woman individually to kind of figure out.
Number
Right.
three.
But-
the 40
Number
ain't
three.
working. The 40 ain't
Hold
working.
on, I didn't even bring up the 40. How you gonna get my
Exactly. She got you.
Hey,
Red,
and
you
Levi, you forgot the biggest thing about that though.
What's that?
You gonna attract who you are. You gonna forget that. So a person that might cause you drama, bring something to you, if they see you, and your energy is different from that, they won't even talk to you. They'll be like, nah, I ain't her type, like, you know what I mean, or
You get
whatever.
back what
Or
you
I
put
ain't
out
type.
there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So a lot of people won't even approach you or feel comfortable coming to talk to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Only people you gonna attract is gonna like come to you and talk to you. So you gonna talk to and attract who you are anyway.
And that's a good point.
Is that going to say, like, I might not be your first choice, but I might be your best choice?
Right.
It's only certain people gonna come up and talk to you.
Okay.
Only certain energies is gonna come and match your energy.
Okay.
Right.
That's what I mean.
I agree. Because some of y'all be looking mean as fuck when a dude come approach you and shit. And,
I mean,
got a ganja grill.
Every day.
So,
hold on.
I'm always
Anything
y'all having side conversations with us here?
Oh, they're gonna always have side conversations.
It's the lipstick for me.
They boiling grits around.
How you doing?
You too.
I don't know.
Get yourself in no trouble.
Hey, look, you know what I mean? Look.
Get yourself in no trouble.
That's like y'all got bailout money because you just pull me back, hold my shirt up, and let me footwork.
All right. Number 3. All right, I got you.
That was long number 2.
It was a lot of input.
We got a debate on that.
I challenged them I challenged a woman with herself. And you're going to get long, drawn out conversations like that because it hits the soul a little bit.
It was
You
just
got to do
wrong.
some soul searching.
Actually, it was just wrong.
You were just wrong.
It was just wrong.
All right,
It
what's
was
number
just
3?
wrong.
Guess what number 3
It was
is?
just
What?
incorrect.
Guess what number 3 is?
What?
Since she's talking accountability. Ladies, y'all ain't always right.
But neither are you.
I know. I can be wrong too, goddammit.
I'm wrong.
Hey, listen,
You
man.
know you would throw away a perfectly good relationship because you too prideful to admit that you wrong and you just
Untrue.
got out of pocket, this, that,
Untrue.
the other. And so will a man. I'm an equal opportunist, like I said.
For the first time today. Go ahead.
But anyway,
Number 4.
but I'm just saying, y'all not perfect. You can't say ain't nobody perfect, but then walk around like you perfect. And you can't do no wrong. You can't say no wrong. We all fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But once you embrace that, you on the path of entering into a healthy relationship.
And sometimes, ladies, it's okay to say, you know what, baby, I'm sorry.
Y'all definitely don't say I'm sorry.
That's why I'm saying you sorry.
Y'all
You hardly ever hear a woman say, I'm sorry. My bad.
You all speaking from your situation, but that's not all
Exactly.
women. All of us
Big
are
better,
women.
big better women. How about that?
All right,
Big better
I'm cool.
women.
Now, I don't say I'm sorry, but I definitely will apologize.
Hold on.
I'm not sorry.
Hold on.
See?
You learn how to pick that
See?
up.
It's the
You heard that? You heard it?
definition of the word.
So what I've been trying
See?
to
Definition of the word. I can apologize
y'all
for
need to
being
listen to the
wrong,
old school. She
but it's
talk.
nothing sorry
Now
about
it's
it.
like kind of-
Okay, well, I get that. That's a good
I
point.
have a real good
Now that
thing.
you broke it down like that.
Oh,
I
old school
have
talk.
a real good
Respect
thing
it
for you guys that somebody gave me a long time ago.
Okay.
I mean, when you're in the middle of a real heated argument and it looks like we can't get off this argument. I mean, you going, instead of going. One person steps back, male or female, and he goes, "You're right, I'm wrong. What could I do to make it better?" And the person will automatically go, "What'd you say? You're right, I'm wrong. What can I do to
That
make
is
it
not
better?"
true.
Hold up. Somebody gave it to me, and I went to use it, okay, in the heat of an argument. And you know what happened? The argument stopped because he fell out laughing because he said, "What did you say?" What happened was it broke the tension and brought it down to the point. But nobody admitted the wrong. It was just that, "You're right, I'm wrong. What can I do to make it better?"
Yeah.
And Corey sounds like I'm my first man right now. Hold on.
So I'm just
That's from a woman talking to a man. No. If we said to a woman, they go in even harder. And they go in with the blood. They like, I got this nigga.
But the key
They go
is-
full shake mode.
But the key is,
Because they're like, I got this
it
motherfucker.
diffuses the heightened scenario to the point where somebody has to go back and say that they're sorry. Because usually they're going to be sorry for what they said, what they did, or whatever. And all I'm saying is it brings it down a notch where you can really just start talking.
Let me
Yeah,
tell you
that
how
does help.
I was taught to de-escalate an argument.
Did you go to class for this?
No,
Okay.
just the women in my family has taught me well. When it goes high, and ladies, you know how sometimes you're in the middle of an argument, you be like, "Damn, he is right." And you start thinking,
Oh, y'all do that?
But it's Oh yeah, we do that.
Yeah,
and
we
it's
do.
escalated. In
On what
order
day?
to get it down a notch, just get naked.
And the MVP is. Hey, stand up. Hey, stand up. Take a
We
bow.
going out. I'm
Hey,
buying
hold on.
I'm buying your hookah tonight. I'm buying all
Hey,
your
look. Sanjay. Sanjay. Work it, girl. Hey, what Eddie Murphy say? Sanjay.
She found Kirby.
We gotta go to number 3.
Hey, that's a mic drop.
man,
Let's drop the
girl.
mic.
I was not expecting
Girl.
that.
All right.
Oh, we had
That caught me off guard right there. Man,
So, hold on.
that definitely will work.
Which goes?
5451 Madison Street.
I'm buying you something out of Meat Marketplace.
Which goes?
Located.
7451.
All right.
Illinois.
So now we got number 4. Now
She
we got
got
number
this something
4.
for me out of meat.
Ladies.
We should just go to number 1 out there.
Man, we should just might drop it. God damn.
Hey.
Go ahead.
All right, number 4.
Got the print showing.
Ladies, you got to understand, men are human too. We got situations. We work. We got a whole lot of other stuff going on that doesn't revolve around you. If I work and I can't be on your timetable, you have to be understanding of that. Just like if you got to work, us as men up here, we will understand that and we can reschedule and it will not be any drama or anything because we appreciate the time we are with when we're with you.
Good one.
That's a great one.
But now, can you say the same thing? Can you respect if we can't be on your timetable? Because I know a lot of women hold a grudge for that shit.
You always busy. And then go mess with Tyrone. And then
Tyrone definitely gonna squeeze in.
Yeah, it's gonna make his levels too.
No, let me tell you why.
Gonna be in the
Oh,
lead.
you busy now?
Let me tell you why. I think
You on Facebook, talk to that
bitch.
Hold on. No, I ain't gonna.
I think a lot of times, just when I talk to women, I just think a lot of time you spend as women. I'm just speaking, just not for everybody. You spend a lot of time trying to decipher if somebody is on BS or not. It takes a lot to try to gain trust and try to, see if this person is being genuine. Because all of us, even men and women, have been lied to at some point. We gave somebody a chance. We was genuine. We was authentic. And then it didn't turn out the way that we wanted to. So when you see on social media, particularly as it pertains to men, you see every man say, "Oh, you need to pick better. You need to pick better men." Or then we become guarded because we say, "Okay, you know what? In this particular situation, I didn't pick better. So let me try to see what I need to do in order to pick better." But if you start displaying some of the things that somebody else did, then it's kind of like, okay, well, maybe this person is on BS and I need to leave them alone. So when I speak for
All
right,
right,
so
ladies.
we in agreement.
So now they became best friends then?
Thank you.
We always best friends.
All right, so
Yes,
let me be honest with you.
You wanna go do karate in the garage?
You overthinking the situation. Don't believe this shit till shit happens.
But
And then when shit happens,
she's trying to prevent it from
That's
going.
not always true.
You
I
try
can
to
agree
prevent
with
it.
that though.
I
First situation, you just like, you know what, I don't look right. Let's go. You go.
I've been here before.
I
I'm
know,
gonna
guess
go
what?
through that
And when it
again.
looks different to that, you like it, you move the fuck on. It's just that simple.
Nah,
But
that's
how
what
does
she
a
said.
person get baggage though, right? Because you will perpetually be single if you keep moving on from everybody. At some point, you got to be able to stick it out and see, is this person really on BS or is it just me thinking that a person is on BS, right?
Good point.
Now
Good
it
point.
goes back to what old school said. You get out what you put in. If you go in with the second guessing and the negativity,
Well, I can agree
you're gonna
on
get that.
I can agree
That's
on
a good
that.
point
Now,
as well.
We here. We here. One.
We here, Gina. We
We
here.
here.
All right, number 5. All right,
I don't want to fight no more.
I don't want to fight no more.
I
exactly.
don't want to fight no
No,
more.
damn.
You have to come.
Conversation.
When you communicate anything, you have to come to a mutual compromise.
Unpack that, bro.
Relationships is give and take.
Okay.
This is where it goes back to accountability and submissiveness. Somebody has to submit for the betterment of the relationship. Now, if it gets too one-sided, you can come back and you can address it. If it's not to your liking, then you can move on. If it comes to that, but you should always come back and have a healthy conversation. Arguing is not having a conversation, and when you have a conversation, you should never go into a conversation of trying to win the argument. It should always the main objective should always be to compromise, to find that balancing act that makes us work. That's my top 5 right now.
All right, that wasn't a bad top. You been?
pretty good.
That was a good top 5.
Pretty good.
Good little top 5. That was bad. I like the top 5.
All right, ladies, do you have any rebuttals about my top 5?
they rebuttal every
I
time.
kind of want to go back to what this young lady said. What's your name? I'm sorry. Nicole.
Mr. Cole.
When I had said, like, ladies, there's nothing wrong with saying the words, I'm sorry, my bad. She said something that I didn't agree with at first, but when she broke it down, I was like, okay, that's a good point. But I don't think y'all heard her, so I kind of want her to repeat that.
Okay.
She was like, I'm not going to say I'm sorry, but I apologize. And I was like, what? That didn't make no
You
sense.
sound like you manipulative.
No, but wait till she explained it, though. It kind of makes a lot of sense.
You sound like you used the word entanglement.
It actually made a lot of sense when she broke it down. I got it.
She manipulative.
She looked real entangleable.
Nicole Jada Pinkett Smith.
Jada used to wear hair like that.
On the real.
She don't say that like we
What
had
you
sex. We was in the
gonna
devil. She say shit. We didn't have sex. We was in the devil's playground.
I like that.
Where we
I've been in the devil's playground all over.
it ain't cheating if my eyes was closed.
I'm just going. We can go
I
on
didn't
and
see
on.
nothing.
All right, when you catch your breath, you can answer the question. Though.
So
I
my
got it,
statement was, I don't have a problem admitting that I'm wrong. So I can apologize, but I do not say sorry because there's nothing sorry about me.
No, it's not. It's not about you being something sorry, as in degrading you. It's you being accountable and acknowledgeable
So I can admit
about your mistake.
I can admit to being wrong. So
Okay.
therefore, I give you my apology.
So how would you apologize?
I apologize.
All right, so let me.
Anita Baker. Anita Baker. Anita Baker, Jada Pinkett.
Hold on.
Nicole.
I'm in my Montel turn right now, so give me a second. So do you mean to tell me a guy can, if he does wrong and he acknowledges it, he can say, I apologize and fly with you guys?
Absolutely.
That's a damn lie.
That is not a lie.
Sometimes they're like, you don't never say you were sorry.
That is true.
Now you never say I'm sorry.
Look at the facial
It's your
expression.
word, you say,
Look at
I'm
the facial expression in
sorry.
him when Lavassi what he said.
No, because the thing is that when men apologize, not all men, but most men will just say, hey, babe, I'm sorry, or I apologize.
Or my bad.
And that means
or my
nothing.
bad.
And that
But
means
you
nothing.
never say, I apologize because I didn't come home on time and knowing you cooked dinner for, whatever, and you had this great.
Exactly.
I see what you're saying.
What you
The actual thing.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Once she kind of broke it down, I kind of. Because at first I was like, what the fuck?
They're not gonna get off that easy.
No, they're not.
They're not gonna get off that easy.
Now,
Hold on,
I'm saying,
let me tell you something. If we say I apologize or my bad, y'all about, oh, you don't mean that shit. But if we say I'm sorry,
Bring it up. Bring it down.
I can be like I'm talking about.
Be sorry is blanket. Be specific about what you're telling me. You're apologizing for.
Because all you talking about is accountability. You cannot tell me what you are apologizing for. You are not holding yourself accountable.
For that action.
For that action.
Y'all ready for
I
this?
talked about something last week.
Yep.
Y'all, you woke up. I'm glad you. Shout out to you.
That's the first thing she said all night. She was quiet.
Let me just tell y'all. Every woman need a married friend. This is my married friend, and she'll be 25 years this
Oh, you married? Okay, I got some questions.
Hold on. We're gonna make sure we get this right.
I got some questions.
Hold it right there,
girl,
I want y'all to hear me real good.
Girl, I swear.
I got some
I
questions.
love what you just said. Are y'all willing to do the same?
Don't tell me.
Fucking up the props, bro.
This is me marketplace.
Because the way y'all just broke that down, y'all don't apologize.
Oh, you know women are
Y'all go
delusional.
around it.
I love y'all, but women are very delusional.
a million times to say
Women
my
are
bad.
extremely
Maybe the women that
delusional.
you are around do that.
Thank you.
No, all of them that I dealt with.
Women are delusional.
That means that you're looking in the same place for the same things of all of them.
But here's the irony
Gossip.
in all this. Real quick, this is the irony in all this. One of the things you said that women can do to go from single to in a relationship is let go of your baggage, right? Every opinion you men have is based on y'all baggage. It's based on the very women you were sleeping with. That's what y'all base y'all opinions on.
Ooh.
It's your baggage.
It's
what I
also
tried
related
not
to
to
the
do-
one night thoughts I had
And what I
times
tried
in
not
the
to do
past
is
too.
be like, well, y'all men, because it wasn't about men. But I can't help it because you're not really, holding yourselves accountable.
Right.
Secondly, when you do a versus, like, Mary J versus Beyonce, there's similarities, right?
Not
You're trying to
a
see who's the
matchup,
best. Accountability
Mary
has
J.
nothing to do with submission. They're not even related. They're not even synonyms. One has nothing to do with the other. Nothing.
She's a school teacher, y'all.
Not at all.
Yeah, she over-educating us right now. She using that education
Taking
against
up
us.
old school since she left.
Hold on, let
They're
her
not
finish. Let her
related.
finish. Let her
They're
finish.
not related. So again, you talk about accountability. You guys have none. You talk about baggage. You're full of baggage. I've seen Erica say, "I love y'all. Y'all my forever." But I've seen y'all post on Facebook, "I ain't never get married because these hoes X, Y, Z, and I ain't doing this." You guys,
be on
make,
Facebook, sis.
you
Gotta
guys
follow y'all.
make a conscious decision to deal with involved women, and then say women can't be trusted.
Oh,
Do that.
Y'all
I'm just saying. So where's the accountability? Where's the behavior?
Now we the
So come
thugs.
at me about my baggage from dealing with men like you.
Ooh.
Because you made us this way.
All right.
It's always our fault.
So hold on.
You must miss the first
Hold on.
time
But I'm not,
show.
but you know.
She really, yeah. So hold on.
You
said-
Those was
She said accountability and submissiveness doesn't go hand in
They go
hand.
hand in hand.
But
Yeah,
guess what?
that's what I heard. That
when
one.
you're if I'm honest and always truthful with you, you can be submissive to a degree. I'm not saying fully. When I say submissive, I'm saying in terms of you can work with me and compromise.
No, baby,
I
I'm
think
full
the
of
word
submission. Hold on,
compromise
let me
is
tell you,
a
I'm
better
full of submission. No. I have no issue with being submissive. My parents been married 45 years. I know exactly what it looked like.
Yeah,
I
me
was
too.
born that way.
Yeah.
I was married at a very young age.
Same.
And I submitted to my husband, no problem. You know why? Because I trusted that he had the best interest of my family at heart.
Say
So
that.
it was no decision he didn't make, but
Trust
I
it.
followed right behind him.
And y'all still
Because I
together?
trust. No, that's for different reasons.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't because of lack of submission. We got married. We got married
All
at
right,
10. It was just young.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
what I'm this much. Sent them, I don't know how much the light bill was. I don't know how much the gas bill was. But you know what? They wasn't never cut off. We had savings. We had perfect credit because he took care of his family. So when he made the decision, I walked right behind him with no question, submitting without even knowing.
Right.
That's what submission is.
So-
It's
so-
trust. I have no
It's
problem with
trust.
So that's not
It's
accountability in that either.
No. How so?
Accountability, how so is not
He
accountability.
showed- he
Because he
Accountability
showed
is-
you.
No, that's
he-
accountability to me is ownership. It's ownership.
accountability
of
is
a
being
behavior.
accountability is being
It's
responsible.
ownership of a behavior.
Accountability is responsibility.
But you just-
What she just said was
You said that earlier.
what she just said was he did what he was supposed to do.
As a
He
man.
took care of responsibility. Responsibility is nothing but a synonym of accountability. So how are they different from submission? If you do what you're supposed to do and you take care of things and you form the right way that things should go and the situation is working together in the agreement that you guys have and the strength that you bring to the relationship, then therefore it's easier to have trust and to follow somebody, which is my definition of what accountability is.
But
Why
a lot
you
of
sweating
times
now?
men require a woman to be submissive.
Right.
However, you show me
You feel
nothing
my
that I
friend?
want to follow you on.
All right. So,
Okay, then that relationship again.
All right.
That's a
So,
relationship
you
that's
can't-
got
you
friction.
can't demand submissiveness.
That's a competitive
However,
relationship right
You
there.
haven't given me anything to be submissive to.
And then you're not gonna be in that relationship.
I know one
So
thing he
I'm
gave
not
you.
gonna be in it. I'm just
And in some cases, it'd be enough. You know what that is?
What
If
is
that's
that?
what you're
Got
looking
you
for.
so now, hold on.
If that's what you're looking for.
So now
I'm
something
just saying,
else.
some cases that'd be
Now,
all it takes.
something else you said was you said something about us, our backgrounds on what we post and stuff like that. Okay, and we post what we post. Individually.
I was at a family
No,
barbecue.
no. What,
Man, stop tucking your tail, bro. Nah, let's face the smoke.
What I was about to explain
I
was
just friended you all.
I'm not saying that I didn't walk
girl.
away because we talked about baggage. Because I've honestly told women I'm not at a point where I can proceed on because I still have stuff to work through. So I'm taking right there. I'm being honest with her, and I'm taking accountability on something that's going on with me that has nothing to do with her.
Right.
And I'm like, in my opinion, I'm like, I owe the woman that at the very least.
I agree.
Okay, so, but that's my situation. I can't speak for everybody else. I'm gonna play y'all cards. I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I do because that's how I go about it, and that's where it comes back to having some credibility when we talk about accountability versus submission.
Yeah, they definitely go hand in hand.
What's your biggest goofy mob,
That is not. That is
Anything
accountability and
else,
submissiveness.
y'all both long
It
winded.
is the same thing in a
Y'all-
relationship. It ain't nothing different.
No.
Don't listen to
you
that.
been married again?
25 years.
Yeah, remember I got like some questions for her.
Put the fire out.
Wait, hold on. You don't think
I got some questions for her.
Like what?
I mean, but I could wait though.
You want to do goofy mug?
I'm
or
just
then
gonna
ask
ask
the
some
question?
details
We
about
got
her
one more
marriage.
topic, then we got one more topic.
Oh, we got one more topic before we
Answer the
move
question.
on.
Are you like happily married?
I am.
Okay.
Hey, I'm happy for him because we as men search our life to find that one. So I'm giving a hand clap to him that he found that.
And you
We
know what?
searched on it.
As a transition to our second topic, our final topic.
Oh, that is a good transition.
Does love still exist at this stage in life?
Absolutely.
And I want to say what? Plus 40?
Yeah.
Whatever, like
Grown as hell in here.
older. You know,
Do we mean plus 40 or in the year 2022?
I would say you could say age group like maybe 30 and up.
35 and up?
35 and up,
Okay,
yeah.
35 and up. Do love still exist? Now let's go around to the panel first, and then we're going to turn to you ladies again. We can make this real kind of quick one.
Let Uj go first.
All right, I'll go first. Well, I mean, I think it still exists. Me personally, I love love. You know what I mean? Like
Aquarius.
if I'm in it, but it's not like it's something that I'm just out here thirsty trying to find. Like if it falls in my lap, then cool. But I'm not just out here just like, oh, I just want to find somebody and be in love. But you know, I mean, you know, I'm Aquarius, so I'm a natural lover, affectionate kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Ditto.
And yeah, I love love. I like all that corny shit, holding hands, smooching, and
So cute.
rubbing my hair. You know, I'm into all that.
Walks
You know?
on the
So I
beach.
believe it still exists. That's just my opinion.
I gotta go
Yeah.
last.
I believe it.
I knew. That's why I said let Uj go first. I knew you wanted to go last. To my kinfolk, to Big Bro point, I definitely believe love exists because like love is the strongest weapon in the world, and because there's so much beauty in the world that we can see. I know a lot of people point out all the negativity that goes on in the world, but it's so much love. It is like in this shop we in right here. There's so much love in this. You know the thing that Shatim has done for this shop, black-owned
Yes.
businesses in this community.
Nice.
That's love right there. That takes love to say, you know, this shop could have been somewhere in Highland Park or something like that. But that's just like a form of love. So I definitely believe love still exists, and the fact that we feel, we have emotions, we have things that we passionate about. We see people and we can see the good in them, and we can see like the potential in them. All that is just examples of love still existing. In regards to like love in relationships at this point, yes, I still do believe that love is still valuable. I think it's still strong, and I think it still exists. It's just when we're not distracted by like the social medias or trying to be what we see on TV or thinking what they doing is reality when it's actually not. Those illusions and those smoking mirrors, and we actually see what's
Go
in
back
front
to the
of us.
monetizing. Go ahead.
Going back to the monetizing, like my twin said, you know, we can really truly find like the love that we looking for, and it's most definitely still around. So me personally, I definitely do believe in love.
$40 will change your life.
$40 will change your life.
I'm
Going for the
What
40.
you say? You ain't going for
She
the
said she don't
40.
need the
She said
40.
Like, 'cause she
What?
the boss. The boss don't need 40.
I need other things. So,
Alright.
right.
Oh, Corey. Man, you just damaging the
Stop!
Damn.
Listen up the shop.
Just take it down.
Then he gonna pat on the head.
You done knocked down.
You know what?
I got excited when she said that.
Corey, get your wallet out. Get your wallet
Corey
out.
trying
Even though damn pin drop.
Property damage,
Corey
bro.
trying to knock me out with an oversized bobblehead.
That was God talking.
Correct.
That was.
All right.
My son,
Yeah, you.
This is a sore spot for me, man. But
if you believe
Let it out,
Oh,
bro.
well, go ahead.
I'm gonna get my oil.
I believe in
I'm gonna
love.
kill you today.
I think the chances of finding it, I think I hit the lottery
Hopeless romantic.
before it comes my way.
Hopeless romantic.
Damn.
Yeah.
We're gonna let you finish. We're gonna hug on you and love
No,
on
No,
you
no,
today.
I ain't no
love
damn puppy. No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You gotta believe.
I'm just saying. The older, where I was young, I could be optimistic about a lot of things. But now I'm older in my 40s. Reality kicks in,
No.
and I realize we are all
Oh,
fucked
yeah.
up.
We all
own
though.
reality though.
No, I'm saying we all
I know
fucked
I'm
up.
fucked up. I was the
And
first to tell you.
you know,
Y'all your own reality.
you know, if you ever played the video games, how the little meter ball used to be this thick and everything and stuff, and it used to move it used to move real slow so you could shoot the free throws on 2K and stuff. Now it's real slim, and that motherfucker moves like real fast and shit when you can't even hit a free throw. Like, that's the way I feel about it right now. You know what I'm saying? The timing got to be like impeccable.
Hand-eye coordination got to be serious.
You have
Something.
I think just how like with people tell women that they need to heal, men need to heal too. All of us need to heal, right? So for me, like I mentioned, like all of us have had some sort of negative bad experience, right? That we have to work through. If you kind of take those experiences and say, okay, I'm not going to dwell on the negativity. I'm going to look at the learning lesson. What did I learn about myself in this particular situation? How can I move forward and be positive? It's a choice.
I learned not
Right.
to go for the 40 no more.
You're so silly. It's a choice. It's a choice, right? You cannot just continue to allow negativity to kind of, to
Yeah,
kinda
man, you just
lead
made me
your
sad with
life.
that answer, bro. I ain't lying. Man.
Yeah, because we deserve
somebody
love.
That shit's
and-
sad, bro.
Yeah, all of us deserve
That
love.
man, he got a better chance hitting
Like,
the
I'm
lottery.
an
God
advocate. I'm an
damn.
advocate for black love.
Nicole, come give him a hug.
Oh, baby, let me give you a
Yeah. Some type of energy. God.
Once again, I ain't know that you love it. Once again,
Hey, cool.
hug.
Hey,
Baby.
fuck it. I'm gonna switch. I don't believe in love. I don't believe in it. Yeah, man. Too goddamn.
That's his game. Oh, okay, to get the love.
I mean, I can use a hug.
Corey, and I think I know the first kind of synonym she's about to say right now.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Really?
Uh-oh. And don't tuck your tail, Corey. Say how you really feel, bro.
I'm gonna go off experience, and then if I think I can find love going forward. Actually, I had it, but I goes back to what you had just said to me. I wasn't ready. I wasn't right mentally, financially. I mean, she was straight, but I was out here bogus. But then it was times when she thought I wasn't. So it became the
I know
blame
what you're
game.
talking about, too.
Yeah, it got pretty serious. And I usually don't talk about, like, I'm pretty private, I'm a Sagittarius. So.
Team Sag.
Yes.
My twin, Team
Yeah,
Sag.
we like, if we love you, like, we love you to a fault, But if we don't, we just gonna do what we do. And you deal with the consequences. We just ain't gonna tell you. We're gonna let you figure it out. She know about that, but
I don't know.
oh, okay. My folks said her. I'm put on spot. Yeah, KJ. Yeah.
God damn.
Full name, right on camera.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
do I still believe in love in this area? Yes, I do. And that's not just a relationship, just in life, man. Look at all the stuff we're going through. I think Fillmore got a song called Love. He broke down the 4-letter word, just saying, how you go from this type of love to this type of love. How can you make it work? From just everyday life to relationship. So I feel like I'm gonna have love soon.
There you
Who?
go.
I don't know.
Manifest.
All right, ladies.
I get the snaps all the way.
Manifest it. Manifest it.
All right, ladies, we got your input, your opinions, couple questions you want to have. Shoot away. See, now they quiet.
Well, they just
I
want to
mean,
talk
they
about
kinda
our perspective of love.
Yeah, I think love exists. I have a lot of people
You don't
love
sound
on me every
confident
day.
right
No, I have a lot. I'm surrounded by love.
That's awesome.
My friends love on me. My children love on me heavily, and they're adults. And my parents love on me. So I know that there is love because I feel it every day, and I'm complete with the love I have. And if I give some more love somewhere else, I take that too.
And y'all want to know why I love her?
Don't look at me like
She
that.
make the best chili in the fucking world.
I
just have-
and I made some today, but I was running late.
Thankful
And you knew you was coming
I
here.
know, but I was running late. I didn't because
Wait a minute.
we had the bet that I was
You ain't
gonna
bring us
walk
none of
up
that
to
chili?
I've been waiting. Girl's chili is so good. Like,
Oh, so you been competitive.
so
Go
good.
back to that.
today. 'Cause you said I
So
was
when you
gonna
gonna be submissive? No.
Hey, but no, her chili though,
Did you?
man, crazy. wife.
When the next fight, we at her house.
Like, let me get a bowl for her.
Anybody else?
Does love still exist, especially in the 35 and up? Yes, the majority of my friends are married, and I just feel like eventually God know I'm in the neighborhood because who I'm hanging around, and I know that similar to Corey, my husband is gonna come soon, and when he comes, I'm gonna bring him, introduce him to y'all, have him even on the panel, whatever.
And you just gonna get naked for him, Donna.
Because I have so much to offer him. So yes, I believe in love 100%.
Okay, spit that shit.
Yeah.
Look at that body.
And I just want to point out something she said
That's the
about the
motherfucker
people she
section
has
over there.
around her.
Yes.
It matters the company you keep. The
There you
people
go.
she has around her
Yep.
is what's going to get her exactly what it is she's looking for.
And I just say that you
That's just
you
a
draw
life.
A lot of my friends are married too.
Energy draw what you
That
want.
matters. That
I said
matters.
that.
That matters.
Man, we know what we talking
And
about.
we've been
up there.
together how long, brothers?
Man, this
Long
is
time.
we've been here.
Long
We've been
time.
Knowing each other
we've
a
been-
long time, but doing this show.
Yeah, we've been doing this for about 5 years now. Yeah, but yeah.
All right. So with that being said, if all the questions I could,
You know what time it is.
before we go,
Yeah,
before we
we
get into
keep-
that,
Ooch in the booth. Oh, Ooch said he ain't going in the
stop
booth.
by the ME Marketplace store, man. Here at 7451 West Madison in Forest Park, man.
It's some nice stuff in here.
Yeah,
if
I'm
y'all
grab-
want
I'm
like
grabbing
those
some
little
before I walk up
costume
out of here.
things, like accessories
I'm
to
getting
bring out your outfit and your earrings and your red lipstick with your brown coat and your black leggings with your black boots and your black hat and everything. This is the stuff that you
She got the oils. She got the,
She got
you
the
know what I'm saying?
oil.
She
Hold up, she got the I Heart Beard stickers right there.
She got
Man,
the
come
she got
on
the
now.
lotion.
If you got if you got a black hoodie
Before
on with some words on it,
Before I leave here,
please stop that is.
before I leave here, I'm buying Aunt Butu's bonnet
Oh yeah, you gotta get
from
that.
West Africa.
Who you gonna give it to?
That's
No.
That's C14 classified.
What's it classified?
But hey, with that being said, we're gonna transition to CL's
Goofy Mark.
Of the week.
Woo, y'all already know who getting it.
Who?
Oh, Jesse. Juicy Jesse. Smoothie.
Oh, Smoothie. I like who? Jesse Jackson.
Subway
Subway.
for sandwich.
For sandwiches. Somebody see what Kanye was at. He get the goofy mark of the entire last 3 years for what he did.
Just
He should get it. I don't think he should get it, bro.
He still think he innocent, bro. You did all that. And
I don't
it's
think
0
he should get
degrees
it.
outside. Boy, go sit down. You need to do 30 days. I mean, I don't think he
No,
do 30
man.
He need to do 30 days.
Hell
Get
no.
his life together. Come back.
All he
and-
did was lie.
And reinvent himself. He lied. This
Come on,
doing too much.
man. You got people storming the nation's capital and
And
they didn't
that's
get no time.
They getting booked.
But he
too.
killed them. What's the
They getting
white
booked
boy who
too.
killed them?
Oh,
House.
Yeah, he didn't get no time either, right?
I,
Yeah, he get
bro,
no
that-
time.
Come
nah,
on. All he did was tell a lie, bro. I mean, give him a slap on the wrist. He can go fine.
But
Go
he
back.
gonna, I think what
That judge was on some bullshit.
Go back.
That's just
I
my
agree with
opinion.
that.
I think he does take accountability.
Yeah, right. It goes back to accountability still, but it's again it goes to the levels too.
That's really
You know,
what we
if
got
it was
to
who we know it to be, look
Like
at
a
what
white
you, that's
person?
how you just said.
If it was a white person, it would.
He would have got off.
But
No
for what
problem.
he did, it was like, bro, sit down. Again, what community didn't step up for him? I'm gonna leave that alone.
Oh!
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Okay, you
Yeah,
on fire. You on
oh,
fire. Y'all,
You on
hey,
fire.
y'all about to get us
Tonight.
He
canceled.
was
You know you can't say nothing about those people.
Nah, they still did enough. They still.
Okay.
You got a point on that one, though.
All right.
I
Yeah,
agree.
we gonna say
Hold on, I gotta get a shout out.
Hold on. That's your only
long
goofy
as it's
mob?
not
Yeah, that's my only goofy.
long as not the people that take up 25%
Nah,
of the alphabet.
Nah, I'm gonna go first. Shout out to the ladies, the panels. They all came.
Man, y'all did a
Around
great
the-
job, man.
Y'all was so fire. Y'all made this show.
We need y'all to come
Fatima,
around
one
more
of the
often.
store owners, she came through that.
Shatima, thank you so
Fatima.
much. Thank you so much.
Y'all come through.
We can come back and do a show again.
Oh, I love you.
Cause I'm feeling this vibe. We need y'all in the.
We gotta
crowd.
buy something before we leave.
Just let me know when. Make it happen.
I'm feeling this vibe right here.
I gotta give a shout out to me and Eric, one of the youngest that we seen come up. My man Meech. I just did an interview with him last week.
Meech.
CE2. This is how I got on. So
My
y'all
boy.
wanna go shop when he on Chicago Avenue, right past like Oakley. Go check him out. I don't know the exact address. I should know this. I'm being terrible right now. Shout out to my man Chilio down in Atlanta. Y'all see it. You know he got the Shy Love. I got
Chilio.
the one. Actually, me and Parquet, Butterboy, got one of one. So if y'all looking for some of his merch, some of his work on his IG page, Chilio loves you. This is what he's putting out there. We just talked about love, right?
Good brother
So
too.
it was a good reason to wear this shirt today.
Good
right?
brother too.
And he's into skateboarding and all that good stuff, you know, positivity. That's my shouts out for the day. I kept it short.
All right, oops.
Okay, I want to give a shout out to the panel. It's always good to be around my brothers. You know,
For sure.
definitely a shout out to the ladies. Y'all all looking gorgeous. Y'all represented. Y'all kind of won tonight. Nah, they won it. I'm not gonna lie. They kind of got it in on us.
I tried to give us a.
They hit us with them low cuts.
Yeah,
They won.
they definitely won.
tonight.
I give about one of them. Just one.
Two.
And that's why I ain't messing with nobody like y'all no more.
Definitely a shout out to my girl Keisha. You know, that's one of my
Still
homies.
You
We
get Keisha
go
every
way
damn
back.
chili.
Me, her, and CL. We go way back. Best chili in the world. I'm kind of mad she
It
didn't
is
bring me a
big.
bowl.
That's right. Hey.
know what I'm saying?
Hey. We gonna
It's all
have chili
good.
off.
Shout out to Shatima for her lovely shot. And last but not least, I wore this jersey for a reason. I want to give a shout out.
Boy.
That man hate LeBron.
Gotta get that hit out his hard, boy.
Go ahead,
Never like them did. Hey, man, shout out to my brothers, man. Let's talk about a shot. The Four Horsemen. Shout out to my family, man. It's always a pleasure. It's always a good, just good energy and good vibe when I'm with these boys. I learn so much and grow every time we do a show. And particularly the reason why I've learned a lot and I've grown a lot today mentally and just everything to think about and reflect on is because of these wonderful ladies here today.
Okay.
So, man, for sure, shout out to all the ladies that came out. They look phenomenal.
Yeah, y'all are looking
absolutely.
good. Yeah.
Shout out to Shatima for allowing us to come into Me Marketplace. All right. It's
ME Marketplace.
ME, whatever, you know what I mean? However you want to do it, just like HER, my favorite artist. All the same.
Interchangeable. It really is.
For sure. Hey, there's some amazing things in here.
Well, I'm SIR.
SIR.
VAR. I'm sorry. VAR.
I got that good DI. Anyway.
Hey.
Hey,
I get that microphone.
Y'all taking this somewhere else, man.
Hey, man, I need that alone now.
Because, you know, when I see people with black hats on with brown coats.
Oh, and shout out to Old School.
Audrey.
Audrey was getting it in.
Audrey, yeah.
Yes.
But those my shout outs. Oh, shout out to all the high school kids who just finished their March Madness.
Good game,
Won state
kids.
championships. Illinois, I coached a lot of these kids and trained them, and it was good. It was heartwarming for me to see a lot of these kids' dreams come true. And now with the college kids who are finishing their last year, March Madness is here. I'll be covering a lot of sports with the Big Ten Network with WGN Radio. So I'm proud of me being a former athlete and being a part of.
And be on the lookout for that locker room talk.
Locker Room Talk is coming back.
Yeah.
We got a big time show tomorrow with Amari Sawyer on Locker Room Talk, so that's gonna be fire.
Former King basketball superstar.
So to all the kids right now that's going through March Madness, and then for those kids who's entering their last year before they turn pro, embrace this last moment. I'm proud of all of you guys for joining our brotherhood and fraternity as college basketball players and as professional basketball players. Welcome to the brotherhood, but enjoy this March Madness season. And there we go.
Okay.
Hold on, I forgot to give
Come on with it,
shout
Bob.
out. Shout out to my little brother. I just got it clothing. You know, if you're into
I
smoking,
just got it. Yep. I
got
wore
it,
my
got
sweater
it,
the
got
other
it.
day.
So you see it, go online, IG, Thomas Crockett, look him up, his wife Kanisha. They got the whole lit, hoodie. They got the women apparel as well. LeVar smoking a hookah. There's a vape pen or whatever you want to call it, but he should have had that sweater on though. While he's smoking, saying you just got it.
I ain't no damn puppy.
You ain't no damn boy. Go ahead.
I ain't no damn. I got you.
It's always some
I
player.
had an extra puppy for you. All right. Shatima, we appreciate
I
you
appreciate you guys.
for coming, for allowing us to
Really
come up
good.
here and do the show.
Yeah.
I want to thank the brothers here. getting the show together. You know, I want to thank the lovely ladies in the crowd tonight. You know, I want to thank Old School.
And y'all kicking it with us tonight.
You know.
Yeah, they make y'all step y'all game.
Yeah.
I'm my favorite now.
Yeah, because you tucked the tail. Anyway.
She loves everybody.
He did tuck it a little
She
bit.
love
He
him.
tucked it a little bit.
Man.
To my elders.
Tucked it.
Man. One announcement that we kind of got, we're going to probably gear more towards YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of our shows are going to be on YouTube, visual. So you got to check us out on YouTube and spread the word, man. We got a lot to say. We're going to branch a lot of stuff out on our channel from this West Side Story Will Be Told.
Talk about it.
Hey.
Talk about it.
It's coming.
Everybody got stories.
To Ooch them in the booth.
Yes, sir. That's
To
coming back real soon.
Locker Room Talk. You know,
Yeah, we fight.
maybe I could get on with Locker Room Talk with Tim because he has a lot of hoopsters and I'm more of a football guy. So maybe, you know, we can collab on that
The
one
NFL
day.
draft coming, baby.
You know,
Next month.
We're gonna talk about that.
we're going to have a whole bunch of new content come out. Also, check us out on iHeartRadio, Spotify. You know, download us, check us out.
Let's talk about a shot.
Yep.
Shout out to my man Max Julian. Me and
Max,
CL gonna
Max.
be down in Texas with him in a couple of days.
Wanna
Got the
South
big
by
show.
Southwest.
You feel me? South by Southwest. We're gonna go down there and represent. You feel me?
And
Come back with the victory. That's what we trying to do.
And with
We
that-
just shout out to Weezy Sims, man. Oh, that boy got some heat coming.
Absolutely.
Little People. His album gonna be called House Arrest. Everything he talking about is facts. My bad. I had to brother.
Nice,
I got you.
Little
I got
People
you.
on the way, man.
All right.
Weezy Sims.
And with that being said, the Black Kelly Severin them is out.